Hi, today we are going to talk about every manipulation tactic. The first tactic will be guilt tripping. The manipulative tactic of guilt tripping is a technique used to encourage or coerce another person to feel guilty or responsible for something they may not have done or cannot control. This tactic is often used to influence behavior, resolve conflicts, or obtain a desired outcome. The main characteristics of such manipulation: use of guilt or blame. The manipulator tries to make the target person feel guilty or guilty for something that may not even be deserved. Strengthening emotional influence. The use of emotionally charged arguments or situations to strengthen the impact on the target's guilt. Using situations from the past. The manipulator may recall situations from the past where the target person has already felt guilty or guilty to strengthen the influence, punishment, or threat of punishment. The manipulator may threaten negative consequences or punishment if the target person does not comply with their demands or does not feel guilty. The next tactic will be playing the victim. Playing the victim is a manipulative tactic where a person tries to influence others by presenting themselves as the victim, even though they may actually be responsible for the problem or conflict. This can be used to gain sympathy, avoid responsibility, or even strengthen one's position in a situation. The main signs of such manipulation are presenting yourself as a victim. The person using this tactic tries to elicit sympathy by presenting their problems or suffering as unfair circumstances that they have no control over. Disclaiming responsibility. By playing the role of the victim, a person may try to avoid taking responsibility for their actions or solving problems. Manipulating the emotions of others. Using this tactic, a person may try to gain sympathy or support from others, in particular by portraying themselves as defenseless or helpless. Using to gain an advantage. By playing the role of a victim, a person may try to gain an advantage in a situation by running away from confrontation or gaining support from others. The next tactic will be love bombing. Love bombing is a manipulative tactic where a person tries to gain control or excessive attention from another person by overwhelming them with incessant displays of affection, admiration, compliments, and attention. This tactic can be used to attract another person into a relationship or to regain control over an existing relationship. The main signs of manipulative tactics of love bombing: excessive attention. A person who uses love bombing shows excessive attention to another person, showering them with compliments, gifts, invitations, and other manifestations of a desire to be together. Rapid development of relationships. The manipulator tries to quickly establish an intense relationship with another person, sometimes promising them everything they want to hear or arranging romantic events to create the illusion of a perfect match. Frequent contacts and communication. The manipulator tries to maintain constant communication with the other person by being always in touch, responding to messages and calls instantly, which may seem too intrusive. Intense expression of feelings. The manipulator may express their feelings in an overly emotional and intense way, quickly expressing words of love, passion, and closeness. The next tactic will be emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail is a manipulative tactic where one person uses threats, insults, or other emotional means to obtain a desired result from another person. This can be aimed at getting someone to perform certain actions, comply with demands, or change their behavior. The main goal is to induce guilt, fear, or shame in the target person so that he or she will comply. The main signs of the manipulative tactic: emotional blackmail, threats or ultimatums. The manipulator may use threats or ultimatums to force the other person to do what they want. For example, if you don't do this, I'll leave with you. Using emotional pressure. The manipulator may use emotional pressure by emphasizing their own feelings, pain, or suffering that they are experiencing because they are not meeting the other person's demands. Insults or extermination. The manipulator may use insults or blaming to provoke feelings of guilt or shame in the target. For example, "You always make me unhappy." Guilt manipulation. The manipulator may use guilt to try to shift responsibility for their emotions to another person. For example, if you leave me, I will never forgive myself. The next tactic will be fake moralization. The manipulative tactic of fake moralization is the use of moral arguments or moral claims to gain some benefit or control over others. The tactic is to appear as a good or right person, while the real goal is to satisfy one's own needs or achieve one's goals. The main signs of the manipulative tactic of fake moralization. Use of moral arguments. The manipulator uses moral principles or values as a means of persuading or influencing others. He or she may point out that his or her actions or demands are right or morally justified, justifying one's own actions or positions. The manipulator may use moral arguments to justify his actions or positions, even if they are aimed at satisfying his own needs or achieving his own goals. Highlighting one's own morality. The manipulator may try to appear as a morally superior person or moral expert, trying to play the role of judge or righteous in the situation.